This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
Recording has started.
And there's the music. And this is my brand new t-shirt I'm wearing today that I got in Ohio at a Myers, where all the superhero t-shirts were on sale because of a little man's cry in the wilderness. That man was Philip Perich.
Oh.
Big Batman convention. Anyway. Welcome to Super Connectivity. I am your host, Charlie the Professor Esser, and with me, as always, is the man who knows more about Batman than you have forgotten.
The little man, Phil Perich.
He's not that little. Big, strapping man. Strong leg bull. So, speaking of Batman, let's just start off with Gotham.
Yes, I saw what you put up this morning. You know that's not the last episode, right?
I know it's not the last episode.
Okay, you said they wrapped it up nicely. I was like, okay, you know that's.
Well, they wrapped up. So they wrapped up Gotham nicely.
Yes.
Next episode is Batman.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, essentially, next episode is, and now here's the first episode of Batman, and you can imagine what wacky adventures he'll get up to next.
I was reading an article. I think they said they're making like a 10-year time jump or something. So he's been gone for 10 years learning his skills, and he's going to come back.
8 foot tall now.
Yes. Yeah, he already was taller than Gordon this episode.
Yeah, but I guess Catwoman's not in it, or if she is, she's not being played by the same actress.
Oh no, they said they cast like an older actress to play Catwoman in the final one. I guess I don't know if they said it was Cameron Bicondova's idea or if she was all for it, but yeah.
Yeah, well, it's entirely possible that she was like, "Look, I don't, I don't want to play, I guess 10 years older than I am,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not Poison Ivy."
That's true. They might have just been like, "Hey, you look very young." That's what every actress wants to hear. You look a little too young.
Yeah, well, I mean that's fair. That's fair, and it's like when they did that time jump episode of Deep Space Nine, and they had like old Nog. And he's like, but he's still clearly a teenage boy because he's still very short. Of course, he could just be short, and Ferengi are short, but he seems shorter than your average Ferengi. So anyway, this is all just some Star Trek stuff, which we'll get to when we get to the Orville. But first, let's talk about this penultimate episode of Gotham. Yeah, I still say that's Ra's al Ghul's baby.
It's Batgirl. Come on.
Yeah, so Batgirl is actually Ra's al Ghul's baby. I'm just saying. Here's one thing I'll tell you. Neither one of them are brunettes, and neither one of them are redheads. So no matter what version of Batgirl you're looking at, there's some funky genetics going on there, man.
I know. That's what I said. Neither one of them's a redhead, unless they go like the '60s Batman, and when she comes Batgirl, it's just a red wig or whatever.
Well, yeah. Well, and in that one, she was a brunette.
And
both of those two are blondes. So, but who was a brunette?
Ra's al Ghul.
There you go, man. Ra's al Ghul, baby, man. Got that zombie sperm working.
Oh, jeez.
Just sitting out there. Just for the moment to strike. Anyway, yes. So, and that's the other. I'm guessing they're gonna bring Nissa Al Ghul back next episode to show how she survived. But it's a 2-man sub. She shouldn't have been able, with a stab wound, to survive it. Or maybe that's the opening thing: is Penguin finds the sub at the bottom of Gotham Harbor. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I think she crashed that sub for it. Actually, I think Edward ate her. Because you hear she's getting in there with her bleeding out thing, and Edward going, roar, 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 as she's getting in there. And then they don't what happened there? It's like, that dog ate her. That dog freaking said, how sweet, fresh meat, and jumped on her. and ate her 800-year-old ninja butt right there, man. That is my headcanon, and until they say that's not what happened, that's what happened. That is the fate of Nissa Al Ghul.
Could be.
In a sub at the bottom of Gotham Harbor with billions of dollars of stolen loot and no longer hungry dog.
Maybe.
Can't leave that dog, man. That dog is... Your dog gets hungry, man. And if you're not their pack mate, they're going to like, lady, I don't know you. So.
And I don't know. I had a problem with kind of the end where, you know, Bane and his troops are about to like kill them all, and the citizens just show up and like, you have to go through all of us. You don't want to shoot all of us, do you? Oh no, we'll just give up.
Well, see, I liked that scene. I hated that scene was not like 10 minutes earlier or 20 minutes earlier when Bane shot the lieutenant.
Yeah.
Because it's like, why would the rest of these soldiers who all have guns listen to Bane? You know, it's like, you're clearly a supervillain.
Yeah, but I guess they probably didn't.
And the other guy has a very solid point.
Yeah, I mean, they probably don't all have chips in their heads, man, because, you know, Hugo Strange was able to chip people and control them.
Well, he chipped General Wade or General Ford, whatever.
I was just following orders.
Yes, I know. Well, no, but that's the thing. It's like soldiers don't just do that. And it was just such a cheap cop-out because they basically needed this to happen. And somewhere along the line, some writer said, oh, I don't want to actually have to write a reason why this happened. Or maybe we don't have enough episodes left and said, we'll just have the army go along.
I just don't know if the pacing is weird with some of these episodes because they were originally only supposed to do 10 episodes, but then they gave them 2 more episodes. So,
yeah, but basically that whole scene with Bane and the guys that should have happened the minute he fragged the lieutenant, you know?
Yeah.
You know, basically all these soldiers should have said, no, we have guns too, and you're not that impressive. Yes, because, you know, because not for nothing, he needs the army. He can't do anything with an army, and you can't chip an entire army. So it was just, it was, that I didn't like, but I like the fact that at the end, the soldiers were like, you know what, screw this. You're clearly the bad guy, you know, and we're not going to, we will have no part of this. Anyway, but yeah, so that was my thing. And just Bane in general, I hate. With like every live action Bane. There has never been a good live. When the best Bane was the one from Batman and Robin, that tells you how bad DC is bringing Bane to the screen. When that's the best one.
Yeah, I know.
You know, and that was not a good one.
No, nothing that movie.
And that was the absolute worst one until Tom Hardy. And that's who played Bane. Yeah. And then that one was the absolute worst one until this one.
Yes.
You know, first off, Bane doesn't have a gas mask. It's not part of his costume.
No, it's just like a luchador mask or whatever.
Yeah, it is literally just a mask. And it's not like I said, and there's no implication that he talks like it's not something that is. There's no argument for it. It is not comics accurate. It is not anything accurate, you know? Even if you want to get like, putting the tubes in them, because I think they did have the tubes in the 90s, you know, where he's getting the venom pumped into him. He still only wore a luchador mask, you know?
Yeah, the tubes went right into the back of his head. Exactly.
They go in the back of the head, not into the mouth. Not in the face, you know, to quote Arthur. Oh yeah, and we got to get to that because I have a real philosophical discussion to have about The Tick and The Boys both being on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Are you familiar with The Boys, Philip?
I've heard of it. I'm not too familiar now.
Okay, I want to say it's a Mark Miller book, or not
Mark Millar or Miller, yeah, whatever.
Millar, yeah, the one it's not Miller, it's Millar, you know.
Yeah.
Because he's French or something. I don't know. Oh, although I'll tell you something. Never get in a fight with the French. You know why?
Why?
Because even their donuts are crueler. Okay. Sorry, I thought of that today. That's like my new favorite dad joke.
Did you and Maud work that up on the way home last week?
No, me and Tristan. Well, Tristan, because actually, it's me and Dee were going there, and I realized, and then me and Dee got into this whole thing about how cruel French donuts are. I am so light and fluffy, and you are so doughy. I am a French cruller, and I am so cruel.
True love.
I am crueler than the other donuts.
True love. She told you that was funny. True, she loves you.
No, see, that's true love is that she thought it was honestly funny and also participated in the joke.
Yes.
That is what you want in a woman, is a woman that gets your jokes and can and your jokes. Remember, sense of humor, that lasts for a good 40, 50 years.
You want a woman who laughs at you with your clothes on. Thank you.
Yes. Well, yeah. Although I tell you, that's when I fell in love with her. Did I tell you that story about how I fell in love with my wife?
I don't think so.
Okay, so one day, as we little blue here, guys, we were in bed together, and I asked her to pull my finger, and she did. And after what happened, she just thought that was hilarious. Now, in my defense, my wife was not. That was like the first time she'd ever heard that joke, so she had no idea what was going to happen, and it was like honestly funny for her. And so, my wife had lived a very sheltered life, which is why she fell for me. Because if you have no idea what a man is supposed to be, I actually look pretty good.
I'm not a fancy man.
I am not a fancy man, Philip. You know that. I see. Unlike Lilith, who tries to deny or to say no, there's context when she says how much she loves Ben Reilly. I admit, yeah, absolutely. Please touch my butt, because I know you were about to push that one too.
It's not touch my butt. It's
look at my butt.
Look at my butt. Well, Anyway, you all should. Moving right along.
So the Tick and the Boys.
Oh, the Tick and the Boys. Okay, yeah, we can go right to that one. Yeah. Oh, so anyway, yeah, because that's my big philosophical discussion here. So both of them have at their central core the idea that if superheroes were real, they would probably be jerks. And if superheroes are jerks, how does that affect the overall world in which you live? What is the bureaucracy of superheroes? Now the boys have a unique conceit where apparently, like a lot of the superheroes, like the thing that gives you superpowers isn't randomly distributed, whereas the Tick actually has randomly distributed superpowers, but still deals with the fact that superheroes can be jerks. And really, in his own way, the Tick, through his obliviousness, is very much a jerk. Like he behaves like Sheldon Cooper does. It's just 5 episodes left, kids. Just very oblivious to how people behave and interact with him. But he has this real good heart, and that's why people tolerate. And then he actually guides people to a better sense of themselves, because the Tick is committed to being dedicated and good and a good man. Now, in the boys, like I said, it has a darker tone because this is a world with, where people with power use that power for cruel means, which doesn't really happen in life, but we can imagine such a world, can't we? Yeah, and actually, I don't know if they're actually going to kill the baby in the TV series, but that is something that's in the books where basically, I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, the guy has to kill a baby, and it's pretty messed up. But you do get the idea that the baby had it coming, so we'll see how they handle it. And that gets me to my point: is that the Tick and the boys, both on Amazon Prime, very much are two sides of the same coin. They're both the same world, but one seen as a drama and one seen as a farce. And the real weirdness of it is I don't know which is the farce and which is the drama. Because the Tick, especially in Amazon's The Tick, has so much heart. For a show that is at its core, meant to be kind of a parody of superheroes, it has so much heart that as they brought it into reality and humanity, it has so much heart. And and you look at the different iterations of the Tick. You have the Fox Kids tick, and then you had that very short-lived but fantastic Patrick Warburton vehicle on Fox, and now this. It is very interesting, all the different ways that they took it. In the Fox Kids, because it's a cartoon, it still very much feels like the comic book because it is in this comic book world, in this cartoon world. The tick in which with Patrick Warburton falls much more in the line of sort of a world almost blasé to superheroes, whereas the Amazon one really grips you into that human world, that world of humanity, and how it is dealing with these superheroes, and the fact that really there are no heroes, there are no villains, or there are heroes and there are villains, but in how everybody interacts, it's all much more complex than that simple dichotomy. And I hope if The Boys rises to the level of the tick, it would be good. I worry it might be their Iron Fist, their new Inhumans, where it really does miss that mark. And you'll know by the first 2 or 3 episodes. Fun fact: Marvel now owns a lot of tick characters. And they bought Fox, because that was actually something Ben Edlund had made a comment of that. Yeah, it's weird. Like, not all of my characters that I created now that for the Fox show I own, which is why you don't get the Flautermouse in the next version. You get Batman and you don't get him. Although I think they did carry American Made over. Yeah, they did carry American Made over, but we don't get. But so Charles the Brainchild could show up in Marvel Comics at some point, and hopefully someday Disney will make a deal with the tick. And I actually, Ben Edlund has said, yeah, I've talked to Disney several times. So, the tick is a hot property. Everybody loves the tick. I like that The Boys is coming to Amazon, because you always get this worry that, you hear these ideas of shows that are coming out and then, whatever happens to them. But The Boys really are making it all the way in this golden age of streaming content. Yay! Oh, but that's my take on that. Want to talk Orville?
Yes.
Or do you want to listen to me talk about Orville?
No, I saw the Orville now.
Yeah, the Orville was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
And we had a little debate before I saw it, but is it the 2 Rikers episode? Is it the two Kirks episode? I will say it's the 2 Kellys episode because it is neither. Because in both those cases, it's like this idea that, okay, well, what if you had a copy of yourself?
Yeah. I just made the comparison to Rikers because they were both about the first officer, and I mean I know Riker was like the transporter accident and Kelly's was like a temporal anomaly, but it's like one is like, I mean the Riker because the copy was isolated, but it's like your copy is like a few years behind you, like information wise, and
it does have. I will say it had more similars to the 2 Rikers episode, but the big difference is how they end it.
Yes,
and here's what I got to say about that ending. I know that is a cliffhanger that we're going to revisit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because that is, in a weird way, kind of sets up its own mirror universe. Which is, because here's the thing. Here's the thing to understand. Kelly wanted to be a captain, not a commander. Now, when we next see her from her alternate universe, is she now a captain? And is she the captain of the Orville? What happened to Ed Mercer? Now, remember, and likewise along those same lines, Ed, without that distraction, what is he in this storyline? Basically, without them, both of their careers might have been way better. Because maybe they were distractions for each other and actually hurt each other's chances. But then we get this question of like, well, how did Kelly handle the Kalons? How did this story get informed when you had your own when you had something else? And I'm sure we're going to get a situation in which we go to that mirror universe at some point. Something is going to be different, and it's going to be just this idea that over 7 years, different choices were made that exponentially rolled out. Maybe we're all maybe they're all conquered by maybe the Machans have conquered the universe. Maybe we've got to ally with the Kalons against the Mocklins.
With their cigarettes and their porn.
Oh, you know what? Here we get an all-male society. Although I got to say that was. Did we talk about the last episode last time we spoke? The episode before this with the
sanctuary? Yeah. We talked a little bit about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what I really liked about that was just this recognition that as much as people like to bluster, at the end of the day, when it comes to global and cosmological politics, there are so many other factors than pride that inform decisions that you really do have to recognize that, listen, it's not just about whether or not we're going to work together. It's about how are we going to deal with the Kalons and the Krill, because we all have threats in that.
Yeah.
But,
I looked up next week's episode, which is the finale, I believe. It says the description is the crew must contend with the disastrous fallout from Kelly's decision. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we're
wow, that early.
Yeah. What's the finale? I think so. I wonder if that's gonna be our cliffhanger.
So basically, maybe time is now
broken or something.
Broken, yeah.
Is it gonna be like an yesterday's Enterprise kind of thing?
Maybe I don't know.
Been altered? Is it not a mirror? The timeline maybe altered.
Well, you know what? It might be. It might be this same episode, and something else has happened. So, they may redo this episode, but now it's going to be set in this other universe, and we get a similar thing. And maybe it's Ed's character who comes back. First Officer Ed Mercer.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I swear in the trailer for next week, I swear it looks like a ship exploding. I wasn't sure if it looked like kind of like the Orville. I was like, I wonder if something disastrous happens and someone has to try to go back to fix is Ed gonna have to try to go back and fix their relationship so they do get married and then later divorce?
Who knows? I mean, here's what I'll tell you. It's pointless to guess
because he was telling both the Kellys, "Oh, I'm sorry what I put you through those years and stuff." Yeah. But is he going to see? Okay, this had to happen. It was fated to happen this way.
Well, yeah. I guess what would worry me in that is that things just, I hate when things are too pat, and I think that's too pat. I think what's better is the idea that timeline has changed, and now Ed has to, maybe he has to not give up on Kelly.
Yes.
And maybe they get to a point where how the universe changes gets better, or something happens. Maybe we get a nice little reboot of the universe. We'll see. Maybe now, hey, I'm still disappointed that the Kalons weren't the result of a sex bot apocalypse.
Well,
because I do think that's the most logical way to get that society of intelligent robots. Is that you just created these super intelligent robots, and then humanity just sort of died out on their own. It's an interesting aspect of the Pixar theory, which is that the Cars universe, they're actually just self-driving cars that got abandoned on Earth and eventually became self-aware and just started interacting with each other and developed personalities. That basically when the humans evacuate the Earth, they just just like they left Wall-E in the city to try and clean up the garbage dump, but that the rest of the country was maybe kind of still left open and the cars just kept on driving around. Makes sense to me, man.
Yeah.
In a fully automated universe, why not? Why not, I say. Though why those cars would still run on gasoline and not solar, who knows? But actually, it makes some sense if you consider the idea that maybe they just never developed it and the robots just continued on what had already been being done. So it's like, well, we always use oil, so we continue to use oil, so we continue on. Anyway, what else? Cloak and Dagger?
Yes.
That was good.
Man,
I gotta tell you, sometimes these episodes can get a little hard to watch as far as the disjointed quality of it.
Yeah.
Jumping around and everything like that. I do like the fact that we do see that mayhem isn't just the aggressiveness of Bridget, that Bridget can actually find her point and her strength when she needs to. I think maybe the flip side to this is that Mayhem is going to find her compassion when she needs to. That as much as they are the heightened aspects of their personalities, their personalities are still there. That, you know, this may be my dark motivations, but that doesn't mean I'm still all dark. That within the yin is also the yang, as they say. You know, I really didn't get the whole record shop. That just seemed like an excuse to play music.
I think so, but I mean, I don't know. I guess it was just, what, accessing Tandy's memories, I guess, or
well, yeah, well, that's what it was. It was like these are moments in her mind that she's, you know, interacting with, which, you know, and I get that. I like the fact that we finally found the other cop, and we see that and this is what I thought was interesting, and it raises that he has the long hair and beard.
Mm-hmm.
That clearly he's been stuck there, and his facial hair kept growing, which means it's not a timeless limbo.
No.
But it immediately asks, you know, has he been what's he been eating in there? You know, you know, or does he have to eat? Because that was one of these things I was wondering as he's being, spoilers, you know, strangled by Mayhem. Is can you even die in this dark dimension?
Mm-mm.
You know, like because it strikes me if you were trapped there alone, facing your own like worst nightmares, wouldn't you maybe try to off yourself at some point and realize that it's not going to work? You know,
possibly, yeah. Because if you tried to hang him, that might just cause pain and not kill him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's like the Q says, I was even the Scarecrow for a century. We've all been the Scarecrow. It was like the first time they went to the Q Continuum, which was so much better than every other time they've gone to the Q Continuum. Because after that, it's like, oh, now we've got to make the Q Continuum like a thing. It's like, no, it's a desolate highway. That's how our brains can get it. Because that's the point, is that it's desolate. But then, well, now it's a place of war because we have these things.
So say it's not the Civil War.
Yeah, it's the Q. They're crazy. Well, they're trying to communicate to human beings, and apparently human beings have no cultural references that they can use. You know? That's the problem. Human beings, it's like after the 20th century, they just stopped learning stuff.
You puny three-dimensionals.
Yes, you know. Technically, we're four-dimensional. Thank you very much. Because we move through time. Just in one direction, but we're still moving. Don't act like we're not moving.
What?
Yes.
But yeah, like Cloak and Dagger, yeah, and then so I didn't get it. Was like when Tyrone was with his mom and he was like trying to teleport, could he not, because is he still not in full control of his powers, or is it because everyone was in the dark dimension and he couldn't teleport for a while?
Oh, I thought that was actually a choice by his point.
Oh, I thought he was trying, especially when the cops were showing up and he couldn't do it.
Yeah, well, but of course when everything starts going, he actually does get out. But I got the feeling that maybe he felt. I mean, I kind of took that to be that he felt he had to stay at least for then, just that, you know, he shouldn't just run, you know. And then of course when they're arresting his mom, you know, which is, man, these cops are awful. Arresting the hookers, arresting his mom. It's like, you guys just, you know.
There's some Gotham cops.
Yeah, well, please. Harvey would never do that.
No.
Harvey was always about letting people go. You know, for the greater good.
Oh, I wonder if we're going to see Harvey Bullock in 10 years.
Oh, yeah. Of course we will. I want to see if there's been a falling out, man. Or if they're still like best buds, you know.
Are they make Donald Logan wear like the big belly or something?
Yeah, it's going to take a lot of makeup to make Donald Logan look like he's got a beer gut.
Great. Maybe some more gray beer gut.
Yeah.
Bigger.
I think he can pull that one off. You'll never know. I think they've been trying to make him look younger these last 10 years. I think they cast him with the idea of this is who Harvey Bullock eventually is. I wonder if we're going to see Harvey Dent back.
Yeah, I know.
You know, it's like, well, and apparently they are sticking Poison Ivy in it for some reason. Because we're all so attached to Poison Ivy as a character.
Well, they wanted that idea to go ahead. I mean, so much so they were on their third Poison Ivy. So
yeah, which I don't know, man. I mean, she's kind of an interest, but she's kind of such a one-note villain.
Oh yeah, especially in this show. Yeah.
Even like, well, I mean, just in all of her iterations, even like even more so than like not Captain Cold, Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze is one note, but like somehow Poison Ivy gets to be even half a note. Like at least Mr. Freeze.
Oh, Mr. Freeze used to be so one note, but then when they did his backstory in the animated series, that it was his wife dying and all of this.
Yeah. Well, but I guess my point is at least he was still a mobster. At least he was still a criminal. Like Poison Ivy, she's just like, oh, the plants should rule the world. It's like, lady, you ain't even a plant.
Exactly.
You really what you're saying is I want to be the only human on. She's like the Hulk. She just wants to be the only one. Hulk wants to be left alone. She wants to be left alone.
Yeah, last couple of years they've taken that idea to an absurd level. I mean, in other stories, it's just like she's an environmentalist, and she would attack like corrupt businessmen who are like dumping crap in the ocean.
And that's fine if she just and they do the same thing with Catwoman. Basically they create a character, then now people like this character, so let's try and give them a redemption. Sort of like Venom.
Yeah.
Remember when Venom used to be a bad guy? You remember back when Venom was a bad guy?
I was waiting for Tristan to chime in. He was a bad guy?
Yeah. No, Tristan knows. Tristan likes that part of the story.
I know.
That you like anti-heroes. Yes. Or villains, really.
Who's anti-hero?
But I mean, there's a lot going on. There's this Endgame film coming out.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, well, here's my big prediction. It's based off of something we've seen. Scott has no more pin particles.
Oh yeah, because Rhodey flies in, he's like, "Hey, how's it going, regular size man?"
Yeah, because he has no pin particles. Because really, Hank Pym makes the pin particles. Hank Pym got dusted.
Here's another thing we haven't seen in everything we've seen. We haven't seen Scott Lang in the Ant-Man suit.
Yeah.
Is something wrong with the suit? Did he not? Was he not able?
He doesn't have any
pin
particles.
Well,
he has no pin particles. Yeah. If you don't know how to make pin, this was the whole thing about pin particles. If you don't know how to make pin particles, you can't make pin particles.
He might have needed every one of them to get out of the quantum realm.
Well, exactly. Whatever he had left, he used.
Mm-hmm.
Because he used them, he got out, and then everyone's gone. And then we get that nice flashback scene with Lewis as he tells him, goes all the way from the Battle of New York to the present day. It's happening, Phil.
I wish.
know it's happening.
I hope.
No, don't even you wish. It's going to happen.
I hope so.
It is such low-hanging fruit. It is right there on the table. They're not giving us up the butt with Ant-Man. They're going to give us Lewis doing the recap.
I saw somebody online saying, Pym's probably out of, or Scott Lang's probably out of Pym particles, and Thanos has the reality stone and all that. I mean, Thanos could go up Scott Lang's butt. He could.
Yes, not that he'd want to.
No.
But, and I do think that Thanos. I'm waiting to see how this all plays out, because we know based on what they said, that all of the videos from the first 20 minutes, since we've already seen Thanos, I gotta feel that they get to Thanos early, and I bet you there's not even a fight. I bet you he's just depressed. What I wanted, and maybe he's being haunted by ghosts or something. Because because really, if all of them are stuck in the Soul Stone, they've probably been bothering him, man.
Maybe, I don't know what. I don't know. Would it be weird if I wonder how much time has passed in the real world. I was gonna say in the Soul Stone, maybe no time has passed.
Yeah, anything is possible. One thing I will say is that clearly, here's an interesting thing. So clearly they go into space very quickly, because we already see them in the spaceship, and Hawkeye saying, if it wasn't for the signals, this would be really awesome, yada, yada, yada. Which means that in that first 20 minutes, Stark comes back, Captain Marvel's already there. They get in a spaceship because because why not? Because Stark's there with Nebula, and they all get ready and they're all good to go. They have to ally with Thanos. Thanos realizes that this was wrong. This isn't what should have happened. No being should use this kind of power, and I was a fool to think I should have. Then he has to team with the Avengers, saying we have to reverse this, and then says, well, can't you just unsnap it? It's like, well, there's a problem with that for reasons, you know. If we unsnap it, then people come back into existence, and we have to undo what I did, but we have to do it in a way that doesn't actually cause a temporal paradox. So there's going to be like this whole thing. That's what the rest of the movie is, just trying to find a way, and maybe other forces coming to bear on it, where, you know, because basically, let's face it, the entire universe is probably after Thanos right now.
Oh yeah.
You know, and then to have the heroes have to defend Thanos makes for an interesting idea.
I mean, I could see that happening, but I just think everyone would want a more satisfying. Oh yeah, they have to kick Thanos's butt now, because I mean he murdered half the universe.
But he didn't murder them.
But most people might not know that.
Oh, that's why he's depressed. He can't bring them back.
Exactly.
No, that's the thing. No. It's like that because he used it once. I can't bring them back. The only way that we could do this, and maybe someone gets to say, well, what if we have the time stone? Why don't we just go back and do that? And there's going to be a whole thing that they have to do, and maybe we're going to get Wong there talking about it. There's going to be a lot going on. I guarantee you, whatever we think is going to be what happens in the Avengers is not what's going to happen in the Avengers.
Oh yeah, they're not showing a good chunk of that movie.
Yeah. But since we've seen Thanos, we know they get to Thanos early.
Oh yeah.
And given the voiceover we're given, I got to think Thanos is depressed. I got to think this is not what he wants. He got his thing. The universe was not grateful, apparently, and has just seen so much more death and so much more violence than he ever wanted. Realizes that he actually, in doing this, he's now that basically. It's not that he was wrong. It's that no one should have this power.
Mm-hmm.
That's the true moral of the story. Not that, you know, some idea that we have this Malthusian paradox, yada yada yada, or, you know, not paradox. I forget what you call that. But basically, that population is exponential, whereas production is logarithmic. Yeah, the opposite of exponential. But its growth is like this, and like population is like that. It curves and one doesn't. One curves and one doesn't. And so yeah, I do think that there's going to be a lot more character and story. Again, what DC doesn't get, or maybe is just now realizing. It's not the superheroes, it's the characters who are superheroes that makes the stories work.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a good character, you can tell that story. It doesn't matter if he's Superman or Batman or freaking Ant-Man. You need a good character, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And that's the thing. That's what you need. You need a good character. And DC now has some good characters. They have Shazam. Mary Marvel has been signed for 5 movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's what the actress who plays Mary Marvel, not the one who plays Mary whatever her name is, but the actual Mary Marvel character. The actress, she's like, yeah, they signed me for these movies. They're going to put me in a lot of these things. So we're going to be getting lots of Mary Marvel soon. Which also suggests there may be this interconnected DC universe where you're going to have Mary Marvel showing up in other people's movies, you know? Maybe each of the Shazams each have an adventure of their own.
Hey, want to talk some comics?
Yeah, let's talk some comic books. Want to touch on Naomi real quick?
Sure. I didn't read it.
I know you didn't read it because no digital code. Here's what I gotta say. Oh wait, what's this? Only 25 cents? Oh, you're the villain. So, Naomi. Really good book as always with our good friends, Mr. Walker and Campbell, and this Bendis guy. I don't know. I hear he wrote a Superman comic book.
Bendis.
Yes, he can even frustrate me. I tried it. I have grown since then, but he did frustrate me at times. We also find out why he looks like Adam Strange, because apparently he's like friends with Adam Strange. Yeah, because he goes back to like, here's my story of the Great Intergalactic War that I was in, where we were fighting the Thanagarians and yada yada yada. And Thanagarians are apparently kind of awful. They kind of strike me like the Kree Skrull thing, where like it's like you have these cultures that are based solely on war. It's like they're never good guys. Even if you become friends or allies with a couple of members, even though Hawkman's on the Justice League or something, the actual Thanagarians are pretty awful people. So, because they're in a constant state of war, just like the Krees and the Skrulls. Anyway, so her dad, basically after the big war, because last issue we got Dee's backstory. This one we get her dad's backstory. He basically, got sent to Earth to find Dee because there's a Thanagarian guy. There's a Thanagarian assassin hiding on Earth. Go find him. And he finds him like the first day. And he's like, hey. And it was just like the guy was sitting there. He just went through all this training to be an Earthman. And so he basically just decides to chill out. And then, of course, he meets a girl with green hair.
Of course.
Yes, that's Naomi's mom. Yeah, she's an artist. See, she's got green hair and nose rings. That's how you know she's an artist. That's how they do it. Yeah, there's a weird thing in here where he like mentions the Green Lanterns, but doesn't say what it is about the Green Lanterns. It says, I fought alongside Adam Strange when he was first starting out. And he was Green Lantern. It says, do you know who Adam Strange is? Then he just goes on to this challenge about how cool Adam Strange is. I'm thinking maybe David Walker really likes Adam Strange.
Maybe.
Maybe. It's like, he's a cool character. Why does no one give this guy respect? And then, like, a couple of times where he says something about the Green Lanterns and then just walks away from it. Like, doesn't say what the Green Lanterns... I think the Green Lanterns are going to come into this at some point. Actually, I know the Green Lanterns are going to come into this at some point because of the very final page. So, where we see this, he falls in love, basically decides to stay on Earth, abandoned his mission, but then suddenly realizes that apparently his masters on his homeworld just didn't care because no one ever came back to get him, come after him. So it's like, oh, I guess they forgot about me. Or then one day the like galactic transmodulator just starts going off because there's some kind of crazy energy signature coming, and these aliens come here looking for this lady, chasing after this lady. Adam Strange's friend and Dee like beat up the bad guys just before the lady dies, and the lady gives Adam Strange's buddy her baby, which is a little Naomi. So she is an alien, or from an alien situation. And this is the thing: she was carrying this little black crystal. Dun dun dun. What could it mean? What could it do? And at the very end, her dad gives it to her, and she touches it. And can you see that logo in her eyes, reflecting in her eyes?
Oh yeah.
Is that the Black Lanterns logo?
That's what it's looking like. That's what it. Yeah. That's the first thing that popped into my head.
Yeah, exactly. Is that the Black Lanterns? So now she's part of the Black Lantern Corps. So I don't know, man, but Naomi, it's a great book. It's really picking up steam now, and I highly recommend you guys get it. $3.99. They don't hold the line at $2.99 no more. But I guess maybe they'll say now we're holding it at $3.99. If you like the feel of comics, one thing I'll say about these DC books, they do have that grittier feel to the page, which I do appreciate over the glossy feel to a lot of pages. So yeah, I really like that. And I'll tell you this, DC, give away free codes. My friends will get to read it too, and then they'll start to feel guilty and buy it, just like I did with Daredevil.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Man, I love this. And I will say this, I was right about Daredevil. And he finally accepts it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he killed that guy.
Yeah.
Poor old Frank. He's gonna get over. I don't know what the cops are gonna do with Frank. It's like, okay, we got a tied up Frank Castle on our car. What do we do with this?
I'm just wondering if they're gonna address that or not, because like I haven't picked it up the last couple issues, but Frank Castle has his own book right now, so it's like, are they going to address this, or just no, or just like, oh yeah, he escaped from the cops?
Well, probably yeah, he escaped. I mean, not for nothing. First off, there's a lot of cops who are like, Mr. Castle, hi, we don't want you to kill us, so if you want to keep on going, we got no reason to arrest you. You're just some dude tied up on our car. It's not like you have a logo on your chest or anything. And not for nothing, at that end, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but you get the feeling. This is what I'm wondering. Is someone driving Daredevil insane, or is he just going insane?
Is there maybe brain damage, maybe?
Possibly. That's what I'm wondering. Because, and here's the thing. He gets to this point where he shows how awesome he is, and he like just nicks his neck with the gun.
Yes.
It's like, do you have, I don't make mistakes like that. I really have all this knowledge. And then he gets to that point at the end where he's like, then he takes a little pill. That's the thing. That's like the image here is like, I can't take it back. He's dead. I have to be better, have to prove myself, push through the pain, takes a pill, have to do the job.
Well, I think after he got hit by the truck, he's been taking painkillers. I wonder if that's going to be a thing, if he's going to be addicted.
Oh, crazy notion. Little white pill, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he might have a red or a blue?
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe he's taking a little nuke juice. That would be appropriate. And would certainly give why he's going a little nuts if someone has been slipping him some nuke juice, some little over-the-counter super soldier serum.
Mm-hmm.
Man, now I want to go back to. I wish I had the issues here. Go back to those, see if any of the other pills were any other color.
Oh yeah.
Because if the first time he takes the pill, it's a little red pill. Now something's at play here. Little subtlety for you. What did you think of that one, Phil?
It was interesting. I mean, just him and Frank Castle was finally like, "Hey, you finally seen the light." And he's like, "No, I'm not you."
Yeah. Well, I got the feeling that Frank didn't necessarily think he did, and I kind of get the feeling there's like a little, speaking of the devil, of Frank basically he's saying, "I know you're not a killer." I know that, basically I get the feeling from Frank that it's like, yeah, even if you did accidentally kill that dude, you just accidentally killed him.
Yeah. And
there is something about you. And maybe Frank does want him to be that monster because like he said, man, if you ever were a killer, that would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You actually could kill the Kingpin, because I'm bad at my job is what Frank Castle is saying.
You could make killing acceptable for the rest of us.
Well, not so much acceptable, just at least get it done.
Yeah.
Oh, but speaking of favorite book this week.
Oh, War of the Realms, The Punisher.
Yes. Completely not related in any way to what's going on in War of the Realms.
Well, basically, all the crap that's going on in the city affects them, but...
Well, no, I mean, yeah, except that basically what we get at the end of War of the Realms 2, because we get Punisher in War of the Realms 2 and then Punisher in his own book, which is just completely separate, it definitely seems like. But this is just...
Yeah, I just wonder if it takes place like right at the beginning of, when everything drops in,
Yeah, I guess that's possible, Yeah, and certainly, we don't know the real time frame on how long what we're seeing in War of the Realms is taking, but it seems like it doesn't take that long. But I do like, what we are seeing with it, and it's just such a good story. Basically, with the Frost Giant who kills the family. I know your name. You should have let me know your name. Punisher's gonna kill that Frost Giant is gonna die. That Frost Giant is
because the father survives and the wife in Chaldoni says, "Tell me we're gonna kill him." And Punisher's like, "There's nowhere he's gonna be safe."
Yeah, nowhere in the universe.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is awesome. And then him basically dirty dozening all the convicts in the prisoner van. Why do they drive all these prison vans through Manhattan? Not for nothing. That's really out of your way. Like, even if you were going from like Brooklyn or like, wherever, it's like go to Brooklyn, maybe go on to Long Island or go up go through the Bronx. You don't actually have to go into Manhattan. It's just way out of your way. Unless you're coming from New Jersey, Manhattan's always out of your way. That's all I'm saying, Phil.
I know.
But they do have this prisoner transport van with, man, he's lucky that these just weren't all white collar criminals. Boy, I'm sure I'm glad I got the prison. I'm sure I'm glad you are the hardened criminals. Oh, really? You don't know. Some of these guys look like they might. Dude, I'm just an accountant. I just punched the book.
Well, I love there's like one stupid one on the bus. He's like, "Let's rush him," and the rest of them are like, "Are you stupid? What's the Punisher?
Yeah,
he's armed.
Yeah, he's armed.
And we're not.
We all have handcuffs on, and he has. Yeah, and he's the Punisher. Yeah. So,
but yeah, that was good. But yeah, like you said, he Frank Castle's also in War of the Realms #2.
Yes, but anyway, but then so the plot line for this, and this is what I love. It's like a single mission plot line. Has to get the hospital to New Jersey, and I love that because that's very much, like I said, this reminds me so much of that Ares miniseries. That was just so good, and. So I'm really loving that. I got to see if it's maybe it's even the same writer. This is Gary Dugan. I have to see if he wrote that Ares one because it just seems, to have that same vibe, and I really love that. Okay, but War of the Realms, where they do mention about, and see, it was funny when they talk about that all dark elves have this weakness to iron. I was half waiting for that for them to reveal the. To reveal Iron Man there, but no, he has an inexhaustible supply of iron. Which again, why is he not using ceramic bullets? But also, if you are magical beings that have problems with iron, why are you invading Earth? We have an iron core. We have so much iron on this planet that we use. That even though brass is stronger than iron, we had in the whole Iron Age after the Bronze Age. Because it was just so much of it laying around, we might as well use the dang stuff.
And I mean, not that they show it here, but I mean, there's more people than Frank Castle on Earth with guns,
Yeah, actually, they all have guns. It's like, what? Oh, our bullets affect these guys. We're so not used to our bullets affecting these kinds of people. That's actually kind of maybe the joke of it. It's like the first guy says, "Hey, our bullets stop these guys." Well, at least the Dark Elves. I don't know if the Frost Giants have the same problem. But yeah.
Do you love the reunion between Frank Castle and Wolverine? Frank's telling Wolverine, "It's like you're dead," and Wolverine's like, "No, I was just really drunk for a while."
Yeah, and obviously, Frank and Wolverine have a relationship and an understanding. But isn't that true of so many of these superheroes? Where it's like, we know each other. It's like professional courtesy. I may not like what you do, but what the heck,
Oh, please! Other people can yell at the Punisher, like Spider-Man and Daredevil for a while, but it's like Wolverine's killed. He can't yell at Frank for killing people.
Yeah, but again, it's about whether or not you're raison d'etre.
Yeah,
and that's the whole thing with Batman and killing. Yes, Batman kills. Batman can kill. Batman doesn't kill as his sole purpose. The Punisher kills as his sole. The Punisher is a killer, not a superhero. Batman is a superhero who maybe kills. I mean, Superman killed. People point out that actually, in Superman 2, he totally kills Zod. That's the guy jumped down a cliff, and they clearly, clearly Superman does know when to call a shelter happening.
It's an endless hole. He's still falling. I don't know.
I don't think it works that way, but okay.
I know. But I mean, but just like the death toll in these, it's like, we thought we saw Odin die last issue. He's back.
Yeah. Well, again, that because we thought he died, and again, it's different for gods, as we saw in Avengers: No Road Home. All the Olympian gods are dead, but some are left. Except now the universe wasn't done with them yet.
They're space travelers.
Yeah, well, now they're like all cosmically juiced up or something. It's just in space, beyond space. Basically, get new cosmic Olympus. We're all Dr. Manhattan now.
Did you like the whole thing with Vision?
Yeah, where basically he pulls a Rick Jones. Yeah. Yeah, that's like the most meta book that not have Deadpool, not have someone named Pool in it. Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry. Deadpool's in it. Yeah, you know.
Well, at least the
But
simulation.
the House of Ideas. This is the House of Ideas on Long Island. And
Look,
all we have to do is
you see Bruce Banner
Yes.
ended up in Michigan.
yeah. Bruce is not doing well. Have you ever suffered? Who's he talking? Is he talking to us, or is he talking to the sun?
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks like he's looking up at the sun. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, or maybe he's looking at us. I did not like. Oh, I'm not a photonic being anymore. Now I'm human, flesh and blood. For now, I guess she got her wish. You know, if that's the thing, that's what everybody wishes. You know, they all got their wishes. She got to be human again, and gets to date Blue Marvel. You know.
Yeah,
again,
in these stories,
a guy who's like 60 years older than her, but
I know, but these stories, for plot convenience, they either amp up or amp down somebody's powers.
Yeah, I know. And Rocket is at a bar, and everybody else is at a. And is it just me, or is because I know Wanda is dating Brother Voodoo, but is like Vision trying to get some action with that now?
I don't know. Yeah, because aren't they holding hands at the end there? Yeah.
Yeah, could be just friendly hands. Well, I don't know if it's. Yeah, but I just got the feeling there's a lot unspoken with Vision and Wanda, and and then we find out how Conan gets to the 21st century.
Oh yes, he lands in the Savage Land.
Well, it's what he wanted, man. To be a barbarian born. I gotta know. I gotta wonder what Kazar is going to think about Conan. It's like, dude stole my look. They all stole it from Edgar Burroughs. So.
Oh yeah, because well, what about? I wonder if Kazar have a problem with Conan like killing animals in the Savage Land because he's killing dinosaurs left and right.
Oh, not left and right. Really, it seems like he's only just killing the ones that are attacking him.
Yeah.
Like he says, he's going to eat that. And he's going to eat that one later. I mean, I'm sure Kazar eats the dinosaurs.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh, and the Challenger has escaped. So that's going to be another storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you know what? It strikes me weird. And here we got like future Hercules with Gray. That's how you know it's the future.
1 year from now.
1 year. Man, he did not age well. Yeah, really. 1 year from now.
Well, I wonder if he juiced up with cosmic energy, but like he lost some of his immortality, maybe.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Anything's possible.
I'm still trying to get Mark Waid on the horn. He said he's super busy, but hopefully we get to talk to him about this.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I really liked it. I really liked how it's all played out, and it's entirely possible that he's the old gods now, and now we have the new gods, as it were, of Olympus.
But yeah, 2 weeks. Savage Avengers #1.
Yeah, Savage Avengers, and again, speaking of which, man, you gotta think Kazar is like, what? I'm not savage enough for you. I didn't make the cut. They should have never had him jump into the ocean without oxygen tanks. That just didn't make any sense.
Cred, yeah.
It really ruined his credibility.
And then Kazar's just like, Venom's on the team. What?
Yes. Venom? You letting Venom be in it? It's not even like it's the guy without the legs, man. It's the jerk Venom. Not the evil Venom or the cool Venom. It's the jerk Venom. It's the one that nobody will.
He had a movie.
Everybody gets a movie now.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
But no, I mean, before we move on, in War Realms 2 spoilers, they showed Valkyrie supposedly get killed, which I know everyone's like, oh, we see these people keep dying, but they don't die. But yeah, then they announced already that Jane Foster is going to be the new Valkyrie.
Yeah, she's going to pick up the sword, Dragon Fang, and going to get all Valkyrie'd up. Anything's possible. I'm down for Lady Jane Valkyrie. And you know what it is? Is they actually have to make room for the movie Valkyrie, who does exist in this universe, let's not forget. Because she did get brought over with in the Exiles thing, along with Captain Peggy Carter. That is going to be one awkward story when she meets Cap and Sharon.
Oh yeah.
It's like, Aunt Peggy? Yeah, I thought we were sisters. Boom. It's a joke. It's funny. It's like, when did you become British? I know. Didn't we used to be from Virginia?
Oh, good Lord. All right. I wanted to get to 2 books before we run out of time.
Running out of time? Okay.
Old Man Quill.
Old Man Quill was awesome. As it is wont to be.
Yes.
Great redemption of Spider Lady. So I'm getting the feeling that basically Taskmaster just dresses up these people, and then they just decide to play the part when they're dressed in these costumes.
Yeah, just him taking out his psychological issue, his frustrations. These people are dead. He can't get to them anymore.
Yeah, well, exactly. But he gets his. But yeah, and of course it ends how you knew it had to end, which is we don't kill the dragon, we blast the dang control disc off of him. And it's like, well, we just thought maybe you'd eat them instead of us. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, I can do that.
I was going to do that anyway.
Yeah. You know what? Thanks. As gratitude for you freeing me, I won't eat you today. Yes. So, yeah, and then, I get the feeling maybe that is Doom in some way, because he does seem to be interacting with Madame Mask in a way that doesn't seem like it would be because she's talking to him in the final scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they're talking to Taskmaster, where she has to do this performance. It's like, no, I'm actually talking to him.
I just wonder if it's like a thing where that armor's like the only thing keeping him alive still.
Yeah, I mean, that's entirely possible. I mean, it's also possible that it's maybe is like this is what's left of Doom is the program in his armor. So he transferred his consciousness into it, but like, it's starting to decay and break down.
Either that or they're doing like a robot man from Doom Patrol. Maybe he's just like a brain left in the armor or something.
Yeah, but again, like clearly the armor is starting to defunction,
Yeah.
Clearly he's having some issues. So it's all very. I mean, I really like the Old Man Quill story, and apparently the Baxter Building has been moved to Kansas for some reason, or something. I forget what state they said they were in. 250 miles west of Electroville. That the Baxter Building got moved there. Sure, why not? It's mobile, and got this little. Think that kid's gonna come back for some storyline there?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if that's supposed to be like Kid Loki Reborn or if that's Namor's like illegitimate foster son or something. It's got the Namor eyebrows, but he's clearly stealing stuff like a Loki would. And then we got what's that? The Gladiator showing up, Superman, and this guy. Don't know who this guy is. Is that a guy who existed before this moment?
Who?
The guy with the goggles that he sends off, Pulsar.
Yeah.
He existed before this moment? Okay.
Yeah, he's one of those Shi'ar, superheroes.
Yeah. Okay, well that's cool. Yeah. I was wondering if there's gonna be like some kind of twist there, like, no, I'm actually Peter Quill's lost son. Dun dun dun. Now I must kill you, father. But yeah, we have the anti-venom raptor gonna eat Taskmaster, and he's happy to beg now. Okay, I'm not above begging.
All right,
my favorite part.
No, good, good.
Favorite part of this book is the Major Domo. It's the same guy. It's like, okay, you're the new boss. That's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine. Welcome back, boss.
Yeah. But no, last book before, because we're about out of time. But I wanted to ask you Thor 12 because this was like a Loki issue.
Yes, I did like that book. Dang, they get dangerously close to admitting the truth that I know. Freya is Loki's biological mother.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to deny it. We all know the truth. She was captured by Laufey, and something happened. We don't know what, but I don't want to go there or go Stockholmy or say that it was against her will. But there's a story there. And I think Freya is Loki's biological mother. I think that's something that they want to be true. It's sort of like, it's sort of like Ben being Jewish, where it's like true, but nobody can admit it because of the times back then. And just now it just seems like it's a very awkward conversation to have. But, but the fact of the matter is, because how do you tell that story? But it's clearly what the story is, because he's invading, because Freya got captured, so he's invading Laufey's domain, and as he does, he finds this little baby frost giant, way too small to be a frost giant, yada yada yada. So, and we never mention Loki's mother, not once. Not like she was so ashamed that she killed herself because she was so small. Like there's stories you could tell about Loki's mother and why she's not hanging around, but we never get that.
But yeah, they're gonna say it's Freya because that's gonna probably be the redemption arc, because we see he's getting a series, I think, this summer with the first covers him flipping Mjolnir. Yeah,
he's got all kinds of stories coming. He's got a new series coming.
That's right.
Young Loki. Oh, so many stories to be told. Just some quick shout outs before we go. Ms. Marvel, if you haven't read it, please try and read it. It is really good. This is the first. We have our new writers on this. This is Saladin Ahmed, new penciler Minku Young, and I really like the new pencils. I gotta be honest with you. The old style, it was Ms. Marvel style, but they are breaking from it and making her a little more traditionally comic book. But I think that they get a good balance between what the old style was and the new style.
Saladin Ahmed, he's writing Miles Morales right now, also.
Oh well, hey, he's a good writer. So, and he's handling Ms. Marvel well. I mean, and he's definitely, he brought back Bruno, which I like. And given that she and Bruno got married in one alternate universe, it's kind of neat to have him back in her life. And although at the same time, I always kind of like the idea of them having a platonic, a Milo Pepper-Ann relationship, because we don't have enough Milo Pepper-Anns in the world. That one's for you, Lilith, because I know you know who Milo and Pepper-Ann are. Phil doesn't know. He probably thought that was a girl cartoon. But and then sad farewell to the West Coast Avengers.
Yep.
I mean, I liked it. I don't know. I guess it wasn't for everybody. Maybe it was a little too gay for some people. I don't know. But remember, folks, Jeff is people too. Jeff and Gwenpool are the best. Although I hope whatever we do next with Gwenpool, we get her hacker sidekick, who's now a giant bilge snipe. So anyway, any final thoughts for tonight's episode, Philip?
No, I think we covered pretty much everything. And next week, Endgame. It's going to be all about Endgame.
It is going to be all about Endgame, and I guess maybe we'll do a super connectivity pre-Endgame, or are you just going to wrap it all into one gigantic super connectivity? Capes and Lunatics 4 hours spectacular, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, all of us for 12 hours talking about Endgame.
No, we'll see.
Because we can.
Yeah, I know.
We can, Philip.
I have to work my schedule next week. I'll have to see, when we're going to the movies, this, that. So I'll let you know. But
yeah, I'll tell you what, there's still first run matinees in 3D available at my theater for Saturday. I was like, what? Okay, maybe I shouldn't panic, because I like all those first seats of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy tickets ahead of time, but my theater usually doesn't sell out.
Yeah,
or they have one every hour.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, if we can just
wait an hour.
We have 16 theaters. We can show this a couple times.
Yeah, mine's 20 or something. So yeah.
Oh yeah. So they don't even have to cut half the stuff.
No.
Okay, so Philip, it's been wonderful. How can people get in touch with us if they would like to give us their grand Endgame theories before all theories are rendered moot?
Well, you can always email Capes and Lunatics @gmail.com, or voicemail is 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, check out Lilith Hellfire's handiwork at capesandlunatics.org. She set that all up for us.
Oh, yes, definitely do that. And, of course, If you would like to write to me in that old-fashioned email way, the way our Moss and Pods once did, you always can do so at superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, at gmail.com. Of course, follow me on the Twitters as I live tweet Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. coming soon, Gotham, which is going away, and I will try and do the last episode, I guess. Cloak and Dagger and all sorts of other great shows like The Orville, etc. at Charlie Esser, that's CharlieEsser. Look for the 2 E's in the middle.
For quality. Bing!
There you go. Thank you for connecting with us, ladies and gentlemen. Please super connect with us again. Good night.
Good night.
And there you go. See? That's how you do it, Philip.
I thought I was feeling a little down because I was like, oh, we have recorded Moz, not real Moz like last week. But I believe Mr. Manzor is joining us for the Endgame.
Yes, he is. Yes, he actually. We were supposed to record Punisher last night. He was not able to, so we're going to try and do it on Sunday now. But yes, yeah. Life continues. Yep, we'll have him back for his live game.
So yeah, go see Endgame and join us next week. Everywhere we'll be talking Endgame.